once again. Yes, almost everyone that spoke brought either a new perspective or reiterated an aspect of the challenges that is either known or that is about to be revealed, to the public, including the one you cited, the Pulaku initiative by the Vice President. He was very specific. It was the issue of banditry and its effect on lives and livelihoods. And of course, the Pulaku initiative is meant to provide an avenue for solving that particular challenge. And I think that is the message that came from virtually everyone within the public that made his or her contribution. Let's not forget that there are international non-governmental organizations that are also involved. The UNDP is a critical component that played a part both in the organization and then, of course, in the opening remarks yesterday. And they also highlighted, and I think for me this is really critical, the link between security and development. In other words, what is the objective of security? Why do governments even go ahead to provide security? It is to improve the life and livelihoods of the people, to protect their lives and allow them to achieve their various objectives. So this was the message that came out clearly from virtually every speaker, from the host government to the other state governors, to the international non-governmental organizations, of course to the ministers that participated, and the highlight of the event, the speech, was that by the Vice President that you mentioned. And just to give it context, I think it's very important that we understand the criticality of the situation in the Northwest. Of the 7 states in the Northwest together, their contribution to the insecurity challenge in the country is about 29%. And so, as an example, almost about 300 persons get killed every month from this region. If you look at the total average of about 1,000 plus that are killed in Nigeria as a whole. And then for kidnapping, almost about 40% of the persons that are kidnapped in Nigeria are kidnapped from the region. And so if the region, of course the theme of the conference is regional cooperation to protect lives and livelihood. So if the region comes together and the 7 states together with Niger State cooperate together and are able to reduce this 29% and 49% and bring it down to maybe 10%, it means the number of persons that are being killed or that are being abducted in Nigeria would reduce significantly. And one other important thing is, because most of the governors in the region, actually all of them are new, they've just been about 1 year, I think, in office. So the significance of this cooperation that is being envisaged among them, where we would now see, instead of the silo approach, where each state is approaching its security challenges on its own, we'll now see a regional cooperation to address not just the root causes, but the current security challenges that they are affecting. Katsina State has set up its vigilante group. Zamfara State has done that. Sokoto, Kaduna too, to an extent. So this forum, hopefully, at the end of it, we would expect, and this is my personal expectation, that a framework would be developed from the proceedings of the conference. The UNDP has a lot of experience. It supported the Northeast framework for peace building and addressing the security challenge. So we're hoping that at the end of this conference, something similar to that would emerge from this region that would allow all the stakeholders that have been mentioned by previous speakers to now key in, including the federal government, so that we will now see an implementation plan with clear guidelines that would allow you as media and us as private security practitioners to monitor the implementation of the framework that will come out from this discussion. So I'm quite optimistic actually.